Hello friends, and welcome to another week on my channel. This week is going to be a very productive one, or at least the weekend was. I decided to have a weekend full of prep. Me and my husband have recently discussed saving some more money as we are trying to buy a home. So we want to make more meals at home, take more meals for lunches, him at his work and me at mine, and just be more productive at home when it comes to meal prep. Bear with me as there are a lot of different parts of this video where I'm making things. I started the day with checking my bagel dough. As you saw, it was very proofed, and later on in the video you'll see that it is, I think, slightly overproofed. But anywho, as you saw my kitchen, I didn't video any of it, but we fully stocked all of our items such as our pastas and oatmeal and flour and even my sourdough starter. I ended up using a lot of the flour, but yeah, you see me there just making notes on what I'm going to prep as well as what I'm going to have in the fridge. As always, on a Sunday morning, I believe this was Sunday morning, I wanted to make waffles and pancakes. I wanted to prep enough so that I could freeze some. I also was doing some boiled eggs here because we love to have boiled eggs on toast and deviled eggs, so I was trying to multitask. That's a big tip for this week, is multitasking while you're in the kitchen. As you saw there, I was just showing you that the waffle came out great. I just used the same recipe for the waffles as I did the pancakes to make things easier. I've said it before in previous videos, I love using these reusable bags. They are a lifesaver in the kitchen. I have been trying to minimize plastic in our lives. However, I do have plastic bags. I have plastic cups. You know, sometimes it is easier, but overall I am trying to make a step towards utilizing more glass and more reusable items for storage. The dough for the bagels was really sticky, so I just used some more flour so that I could, put it together and make the shape of a bagel. I decided to have fun with my daughter and do a fun activity by setting up our outdoor tent inside so that we could watch a movie together, read some books, and just snuggle up on a cozy Sunday morning. Through all of this prep work, I do know that it's difficult at times to get a lot of this done. I wanted to spend time with my daughter more, but it's fun for her to do activities and have some me time, and this will really save me time later on this week. So here are the bagels. They came out huge. I probably should have done maybe 8, but they were very soft and really good, so I'm going to try to get to them sooner so that they don't overproof, but they were really tasty. I really wanted to make granola bars. They're so easy, and when I nanny the mom that I nanny for, she always buys granola bars from Costco. They're really good, but I am always concerned about ingredients for my daughter as well as, my niece and nephew and myself. So I love to make things as much as I can. So I'm really excited to share these with her and bring them to work for her daughter as well, because they ended up so good. I was highly impressed by these, and all I did was, individually wrap them and put them in the fridge at the end, and they literally tasted like a decadent little treat. This is me taking the chicken thighs out. I wanted to prep some meat for the week, so I made some chicken thighs, which also tied into what we were going to eat for lunch. I wanted to show you a snippet of what we made for lunch because the vegetables I froze and prepped I used in this meal: zucchini and mushroom and all kinds of onions. Our front porch right now is a mess, but I wanted to show you that the snow is starting to melt and I'm just getting that itch to get outside and start planting things. Me and my daughter love to explore, and I just feel so blessed that I have this opportunity to be with her and, you know, see her grow as we start to see the flowers grow and snow melt. This is a snippet of prepping meatloaf. I'm not sure if we're going to eat this today or if I may put it in the fridge for later this week, but this is my mother's secret recipe. As you see here, I'm using some of the cut up vegetables that I had in the freezer. I highly recommend, if you do anything, prep breadcrumbs and prep vegetables. The breadcrumbs were from a loaf that I had made earlier that week, and I decided to make them into breadcrumbs. I believe this was earlier this week, but I wanted to show you guys that I use leftovers in our family regularly, especially for lunches on the weekend. This was homemade mac and cheese with carrot cheese sauce, so I really didn't want it to go to waste because my daughter really loved it and it had vegetables. So while I was prepping, I believe this was the sourdough loaf you saw earlier in the video, but while I was prepping a sourdough loaf, which is literally 3 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of warm water, 1 cup of sourdough starter, and 1 tablespoon of salt, I was heating up the mac and cheese on the stove, and I literally just add milk and stir it and heat it up. We actually do not use our microwave. It's not by choice. I actually broke it. So everything that we have been heating up, we heat up on the stove or in that small oven you see behind me, or in our big oven. I actually boiled an egg in there and it did not go well. As I've said in previous videos, I try to do at least one project a week for cleaning up our home. So while I was prepping food and while my daughter was eating some mac and cheese and watching a show, I decided to clean under the couches. I am going to show you guys what's under here. I'm not embarrassed, but there was literally tons of toys and scraps and water bottles and just everything under here. There was also spills on the wall, so I could not let this go on any longer. I had to clean this up, and now on the other side of this cleanup, I feel so much better. When me and my daughter are playing on the floor, I just felt so gross looking under the couch and just seeing dust bunnies and toys, and just a ton of things under there. So now that it's clean, I feel so much better. I hope that me cleaning also gave you inspiration. I know that when I see others get away and finish some projects, it inspires me. While I was doing this, some people may be thinking, oh, why didn't you just do this when your daughter was napping? Well, I like to clean around her so that she can see, what Mama is doing, and then also get her used to me doing certain projects because she also likes to help me. So that's something she did very good at. My dog, however, was cleaning up and helping me by eating some of the food and crumbs that was underneath the couch. So all in all, that was a good project to do while she was awake. I don't like it when people say sourdough is easy. It is hard. It's hard at first to time things, but I will say it gets easier with time. I have learned how to adjust the recipe according to my style. I only do one stretch and fold now. I do have another video about sourdough if you want to check that out earlier on in my playlist on my channel. Here, which I believe is the last meal I was prepping, is enchiladas. I like to do a 2-meat enchiladas. And I believe I've said this before, that we are trying to be as clean as possible. I'm trying to have less toxins in our home as well as less bad ingredients. But you see, I bought sauce for enchiladas. I have non-organic cheese. I have flour tortillas. You know, we have a mixture in our home of trying our best at times, but you know, if someone gives me something or if I'm shopping for something and it's right in front of me, sometimes I will buy it because it's there. However, I think that the goal here for our family is we're trying to make things better, prep things, and do the best we can. Thank you so much for stopping by at my channel. I hope you have a blessed week, and I'll see you in the next video.